Hello, my name is Catherine Mason and I'm Head of Performing Arts here at Rugby High School. And over the course of this presentation, I'm going to talk to you about drama and theatre studies and why studying this subject at this particular school will foster your creativity and hone your love for the arts. So one of the reasons why you might have chosen to study drama and theatre studies for A-level is not only because you wish to have a creative outlet and explore things in a practical way, but you're also probably looking to be academically successful in that subject too, because we're trying to prepare you for the world of university and the world beyond. And one thing that you can be assured of when studying drama and theatre studies at Rugby High School is that as a department, we are very academically successful. So 100% of our students have achieved an A star to C in the past 5 years. And last year, 82% of students achieved an A star to A in 2020, and 86% of those students achieved an A star to B in 2019. We are very proud that we vastly exceed the national average for the subject. The national average for the subject at A star, for example, is just under 5%. So we are very pleased that drama is one of the most successful subjects in the school for its academic record. When choosing to study drama and theatre studies, you will have 6 lessons a week. We are very privileged to have 2 fully equipped studios, and we also have a hall space where our annual school productions and music concerts take place. And you have 2 subject specialists. So 2 members of staff will teach you for 3 periods a week each. And the members of staff are also AQA examiners for drama and theatre studies. So you have that specialist guidance and advice on how to succeed in this examination and the world beyond. All of our lessons are practically motivated, so although there is a written element to the course, we will be exploring how you would approach those questions as a director, as a designer, and as a performer on your feet. So that's a really lovely thing for students who might have a very heavy academic timetable, if they're studying subjects which are much more classroom based, that you're able to come down to the studio and explore how these texts work on their feet as they were meant to be explored. So most of you will be choosing drama and theatre studies because you appreciate the arts, that you are interested in theatre, in literature, and in creativity. But drama and theatre studies is a really valuable and academically rigorous creative subject. And the world that we currently live in has been interesting, to say the least. And I'm sure that I speak on behalf of most people that it would have been virtually impossible to have gotten through lockdown in 2020 without reading, without films, without theatre, without music. And if anything, it stresses to us that those things are not things to be taken for granted, that actually to be creative is a fundamental aspect of what it is to be human. And actually, what's really hard nowadays is being creative and inventive. And that's something which is going to become a lot harder in an economy and in a world which itself is demanding people to think creatively, and there is a greater competition for those skills. It develops a passion for innovation, for thinking creatively and critically, developing your leadership skills, your communication skills, working with a team, and something which I feel is fundamentally lacking in our modern society, emotional intelligence, which lots of other subjects just don't offer you to the same extent. And drama and theatre studies will allow you to develop and hone in on those skills, which are applicable no matter what field or what industry you wish to pursue in the future. And I thought it would be interesting to look at Steve Jobs, someone who we admire for his business ingenuity, for working with engineering. And he actually said his success in Apple was due to the fact that he didn't hire computer geeks, but he hired artists, musicians, poets who were fascinated by technology. And it's no accident that his success was substantially due to the genius of a design graduate from the Royal College of Art. Thinking about the modern world creatively is absolutely fundamental, and drama and theatre studies will be a subject which allows you to hone and foster those skills. So, What might you expect to study if you choose A-level drama and theatre studies at Rugby High School? We follow the AQA specification, and the specification is split into 3 different components. The first component is the written examination, and it's worth 40% of your overall A-level. It is a 3-hour exam, and in that exam you write on 3 different sections, 2 on set texts and 1 section on a piece of live theatre. The 2 set texts that we study will be looking at the theatrical history and context of that text, and we will explore that practically because you will be writing at it from the perspective of a designer, a director, and an actor. And the 2 plays that we study are a real contrast to one another. We look at Ibsen's Hedda Gabler, arguably the best piece of feminist naturalistic tragedy of the 19th century, and a much more contemporary drama by Timberlake Wertenbaker, which is called Our Country's Good, which is a piece of historical drama and a piece of epic theatre. So epic theatre meaning it has political or a social purpose, which is set in the penal colonies in Australia. And it looks at ideas about criminality, the argument of rehabilitation versus punishment, and it looks at the concept that theatre might be a humanising force and a force for good. So you write on those 2 things practically, and as I've mentioned earlier, that's why all of our lessons are on their feet. So although you will be responding that in a written format, you must have those ideas thoroughly embedded through practical application, and that's why we do it on our feet. The final section of the written exam, I always think is a bit of a treat, and it sounds bizarre to say that a piece of an exam could be enjoyable, but you do a review of a piece of live theatre. So one of the joys that you have of studying drama and theatre studies is we try to get you out to the theatre as much as possible. Over the course of your A-level, you will hopefully have at least 3 or 4 live opportunities to see live theatre. We tend to take you sometimes to London, to local theatres, to Stratford, to Birmingham, all around the country. And we also pay for a subscription to Digital Theatre Plus and the Drama Online Library, which is essentially like a big online Netflix for live theatre, and you have got the opportunity to write on a piece of live theatre that was recorded within 5 years of your course commencing, and that's a really great opportunity for you to choose a piece that you really are engaged by and that you can watch it multiple times to prepare for the exam. And in the exam you will be asked to write about a performer or performers or a particular design element, costume, lighting, sound design, set design, and you will be able to choose a focus for particular productions in advance of the exam. So that's a real treat that you get to do that and get to write about your opinion in an examination. The second component that you will complete in A-level is something called creating original drama, and it's a practical component and it is worth 30% of your overall A-level. And it is a component which you complete in year 12. And that's a really brilliant opportunity. For most subjects, you will have 100% examination at the end of year 13. But in drama, that is broken down into the 2 years. So you will have, by summer of your year 12, you will have 30% of your A-level completed. And then by the Easter of year 13, you will have the next scripted practical component completed, meaning you have only 40% of that written exam. And that's a really lovely security blanket for lots of year 12s to feel that their year 12 means something. They can put their hand onto those marks. And creating original drama is really exciting because in creating original drama, it kind of does what it says on the tin. You get to create something which has never been written into a script or devised for stage previously. We will be looking at lots of different practitioners and thinking about how they might create a piece of theatre differently. So we look at the physical theatre work of Berkoff, of Paper Birds. We look at their verbatim practices. We look at storytelling theatre companies such as Knee-High and Theatre Alibi and Wise Children. We will look at then much more nuanced or naturalistic approaches to performance through Stanislavski, through Max Stafford Clark. And then we think about how might those different practitioners approach a piece of devising. So we'll be looking at how they might adapt a piece of poetry or a novel or a selection of short stories or even around a contemporary issue or topic, and think about how they might create a piece of theatre, and that we can see their footprint as a practitioner in that work. So that exam happens in year 12, that is assessed internally, and it is sent off for moderation by AQA. And what accompanies that performance is a 3,000 word portfolio, and it's in which you document the research behind your chosen practitioner, where you explain why you've chosen a particular stimulus, and then where you describe how you have moved this from page to stage, essentially, and reflect on the devising process. And then the final component that you complete in A-level drama and theatre studies is called Making Theatre, and it is also a practical component, and it is worth 30% of your A-level. This component takes place in year 13. And what we do is we workshop 3 different scripted extracts from different plays. And those plays will be contrasting in terms of style or social, cultural, and historical context. And for one of those, your extract 3, you will be applying the methodology of a practitioner, one which is different from the one that you applied for your devised piece in year 12. You apply that practitioner to that script, and you are assessed in the performance of that 3rd extract by an external examiner. There is an option in component 2 and component 3 to be entered as a performer, as a costume designer, or as a director, and we have had success with students being entered for all 3 different variations. So we can have that conversation, and we can choose what would be best for you based on your strengths. There is also another 3,000 word working notebook that goes along with the marking of your performance, and in that you explore how you've workshopped the material, how you've refined and you've developed your skills, and thinking about the work of your particular practitioner and how successful you were in doing so. So I could spend hours talking about why you should do A-level drama and theatre studies, and how it will probably be one of the best and most exciting and challenging decisions that you will have made in your life so far, and I'm not exaggerating that. But I want to pass over now to 2 of my current A-level students, one who is in year 12 and just starting their A-level journey, and a year 13 who is coming towards the end of their A-level journey. And they are going to talk truthfully and honestly about their experiences in the subject, why they've chosen it, and where they see themselves going forward, and how drama and theatre studies has helped them hone particular skills that will allow them to do that successfully. So the most important thing that we want and desire for our students to have alongside drama skills of performance and design is ultimately we want energy and enthusiasm. We want an open mind. We want students to be prepared to take risks. We really want you to have an interest in seeing theatre and in reading plays and finding more about our cultural heritage. And we wish you to have a desire to communicate clearly and creatively. And that's not only just in terms of written communication, but also oral communication. But mostly just a genuine excitement for working with people is a key point of success for lots of our drama students. And that's what we really want you to come down to our studio, and that even if you're tired or you've had a rubbish day and you've been stuck in a maths classroom this morning and then you've been doing a PE lesson and you're exhausted, is that you leave that at the door and you're ready to just fling yourself into whatever will be facing you in that lesson. In order to meet the academic demands of the A-level, we would like you to have at least a grade 6 or above in GCSE drama if you've studied it, or the equivalent subject. So if you've had a BTEC 2, we are looking for something that equates to a 6. However, there is no need to have studied GCSE drama to take it on for A-level. And we've had lots of students every year come back to the subject at A-level because they've really missed it at GCSE, and they've kind of fostered that love for theatre and for culture over those past 2 years. So if you haven't had GCSE drama, or you've had no experience of doing BTECs, but you're really keen to find out more and you want to do it, our door is open to you. But to fulfill the written demands of the specification, we would like you to have at least a grade 6 in English language or English literature at GCSE.
Hi, I'm Julia and I'm currently in Year 12 studying drama, chemistry and biology. Drama has always been my favourite subject since Year 7, due to the creative nature of the subject and the confidence it has given me as a person. For these reasons, I was thrilled that I got the opportunity to continue studying drama and theatre studies at A-level. I chose drama alongside my other options as, although to some it may seem an odd mixture, I believe the confidence and team skills that I get from the subject is so useful for any pathway you decide to choose. I'm currently considering aiming for either a biochemistry or medicine degree at university, and believe the people skills I get from drama will really help me in the future. I particularly love drama at Rugby High School due to the amazing opportunity us students get, such as school performances and many amazing theatre trips, with some of my favourites being A Monster Calls, Wise Children and Inspector Calls. I also love the creative freedom drama and theatre studies allows me to have. However, I am also eager to mention the amazing help and support the drama teachers and staff put in to help us succeed and excel. Thank you for listening, and I hope you consider taking drama and theatre studies. You won't regret it.
Hi, I'm Sonali. I'm currently in Year 13 and I'm studying Drama A-Level. I chose Drama A-Level because I did it at GCSE and it was one of my favourite subjects. I thoroughly enjoyed it at GCSE and I wanted to pursue it for A-Levels. I really enjoyed it, and I think I'm constantly learning new skills with drama. I think particularly drama's helped me with my creativity, as within drama you look at aspects of where you see how you would want actors to perform as a director. Also, you look at elements of design, so set, costume, lighting and sound, different aspects of the creative part, things that go into make a production how it is, rather than just focusing on a acting process. But I also thoroughly enjoy the practical side of it, of when we actually get to perform as an actor. We study Hedda Gabler and Our Country's Good, both plays I thoroughly enjoy and are very interesting. As a class, we thoroughly enjoyed it in Year 13, and I think they're very amazing plays that you get to study, and it's a really good opportunity which you get in Drama A-Level. In the future, I'd also want to pursue being a law student, so I'd want to study law in university, which drama's helped me enable my vocational skills, so I would be able to speak confidently to a group of people. And also I'm considering going to drama school, so Drama A-Levels definitely prepared me for that, because it's helping me build myself as an individual and as an actor.
So the final thought that I wish to leave you with is one of my favourite quotations from Augusto Boal, a Spanish playwright and practitioner that we study too. And he said that theatre is a form of knowledge. It should and can also be a means of transforming society. Theatre can help us build our future rather than just waiting for it. And I think leaving the end of 2020, I feel that that quotation is so much more pertinent and striking than ever before. Studying theatre is not only a really valuable way for you to develop and foster your interpersonal skills, your leadership skills, but it will teach you to look outside of yourself and to think about how creating something is a wonderful thing that grounds us as human beings, and that it's needed more so than ever as a way of not only just for pleasure and for enjoyment, but as Boal says, a means of transforming society. So isn't it wonderful to think that studying this A-level is not only going to get you a great academic subject, that you're going to have a wonderful time doing it, but that it might actually just change you from the inside out, which would allow you to then change the world. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation. If you have any questions at all, and I'm a firm believer that there are no such things as silly questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch. My name is Catherine Mason. I'm the Head of Performing Arts here at Rugby High School, and you can contact me at c.mason@rugbyhighschool.co.uk. I really look forward to hearing any questions that you have, and hopefully seeing lots of those bright, happy faces joining us in September for a really exciting 2-year journey into the arts. Thank you very much.